Hey friends, today we are working on this infernal 82 Chevy Caprice. Now, this particular piece of crap happens to have the good old, ever so reliable 350 diesel in it, 5.7. This car was rotting in a friend's field for years, and I probably should have left the dang thing there. But anyway, the starter quit on it shortly after I got it. So I put a new starter in, and then that starter quit very shortly afterwards. In my opinion, these reman AC Delcos are pretty crap. So this is attempt number 3, but the problem that we keep having, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably had this same garbage already. See that? Those are the shims. We're not putting those back in. This is bad enough as it is. But anyway, the problem that we're having is, of course, come on now, where's my light at? That poor flywheel is probably chewed a little bit already. Let's see if I can give you an example of chewed. Check that out. Looks like those teeth are chewed up a little bit already. And then this starter gear doesn't want to engage. And then it chews the teeth. It just grinds. When the starter goes to engage, it just grinds. Now you can see where it sits there. See the marks? You've got there and there, one on each side of the hole. Same over there. A little bonus bit for you. I actually shorted it out on the block up there, as you can probably see. At first I was like, what's happening? As soon as I put the battery on there, it would spark like crazy. So I had to pull the starter down and twist the connections to the side a bit. But anyway, we're going to try to see if we can't find some way to make this stupid thing work. So the problem is it's too far away from the gears. Excuse me. So you got this thing here. I'll leave wide view. Wide view seems to work better. So actually, here we kind of need to look in there a little bit. So we don't want those teeth to get all knackered up. So anyhow, we want those to come out, but we want the starter to come up as close to the flywheel as possible. So what I've done already is I ground out these holes a bit. Maybe we should do this again so you can see. You can see I kind of ground those out a little bit already. First I tried with this one, but it turns out a good old drill bit almost works best, honestly. So I tried that. Grind them towards the gear because you want the gear to come closer. So you want the bolts, you want to be able to push it further in. So anyway, I tried that. It was just grinding the whole time. And then it worked fine for a second, and then it was grinding again. So now what I did, I remember reading something somewhere one time about, you know, maybe even grinding it to make it offset a bit. So what I'm going to do, what I did now, is I ground this down a bit. As you can see, tried to keep it straight as possible, but I don't know how well I did on that. But anyway, I ground it down a bit. And then the idea is that it's going to bring the gear closer to the flywheel. That way it'll be basically, when you shift it, should bring it a little closer to the flywheel like that. And then hopefully these teeth will actually engage instead of not, because as you can tell, it should ideally bring it up a bit, right? When you bolt it in, it should be that much closer, and we only need a couple of millimeters. So I ground that down, as well as, you know, the grounding in there. And all I did, of course, was basically hold that in there and kind of wiggle it around. You don't want to grind upwards. You don't want it to be able to go further away. But we're going to give this a shot. We're going to see now. I don't know if I'll pause the video and see what our results are, but yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And maybe I'll try to give you a little bit more of a view down there. It's hard enough to put this stupid starter in by myself. But yeah, let's go out there. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can get this stupid thing to actually connect this time. My goodness. We're going to use maybe a screwdriver to help pry. And then, of course, the orange pry bar you can barely see over there. The reason I got this car, look at that, rust-free. Not bad for up north. I say rust-free, you know what I mean. It's not rotted out. So now we're going to see if we can get that thing in there. And then I'll show you guys a little bit. Okay, let's see here. So, in there, of course. Oh, come on, focus on what matters. I'm trying to show you the starter teeth, but that's the only way you can really see them is in there. But yeah, we want those to go in the gear. Looks like Yeah, even on the video there, it looks like that one tooth there is kind of knackered. But that looks like that should work fairly well, now that I've got that on there. And what I might even try, I might see how it goes first. But then, oh, come on, now it's hooked in my jacket. It's starting to cool off up here. So, we might try that a bit, because maybe I'll record with this hand.